This is a 97 Acura 3.0 CL, and I'm having seat problems. The electric seats aren't, when you hold it back, it's not going back all the way. It clicks once and the seat moves back in small increments. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it's starting to make that noise like something's on the track or something's wrong with the motor. The motor might be seized. Sounds like the motor might be drawing too much current. I don't know, but as you can see, it's not going anywhere. These functions work. The back seat goes back and forth. I can't see it, but the seat goes like that. It goes up. Okay, it's just sliding forwards and back. So I'm gonna rip it apart and just gonna see what's there. Hopefully I don't find anything too crazy. Yeah, I'm a do-it-yourselfer, so I'll try to show you step by step as much as I can. Alright, I just took screws off this side plate right here where the switch is. I took that screw out. It's a Phillips. I took that screw out, and then you had to pull this out right there, this side of the control, the switches, and this you had to take off from right here, just like a little red clip, and this I pulled off from here, and this I pulled off from the other end of the switch. I think this one right here is for the slider, and this one I believe is for the back to tilt. Not sure about the other functions, but I just ripped this off. I'm going to go take apart this switch, see if the contacts are loose or something like that. I'm going to start with that. Okay, when I ripped apart that switch, the switches for the seat, that was on the driver's side, or the left side of the driver's side. So to get this, you gotta take apart that, right down that plastic piece right there, so you can get the bolts on the back side of this side, and that's how the seat to take it off. So what I had to do is take out that console piece. It sits like this in front of the car, like this. It sits like this. So what you had to do is you had to take this out, take it out, rip it up. Then you had to get the two bolts that were in there, take them out, Phillips, and there's one right in here. You gotta take that out, then you gotta flip this up. You gotta take that CD case thing out. It's like a velvet. Anyways, it's right there. Take that up, just lift it up, and get these screws right here. Take that out. And the reason why you did that is because you couldn't get these bolts, holes right here. So you had to take them out, and I already took them out. So sorry, it's kind of hard to hold the camera and do this at the same time, but so this piece is out, and I'm gonna get at some of these bolts here. I'm not sure which one yet, but you gotta get at a couple of them. Oh yeah, you had to also take the bolts off here for this e-brake. This bolt right there. There's a bolt right here. I believe that one is a 12mm, and then you had to take this off from right here. Bolt there and a bolt here. That was 8mm, I believe. 10mm, sorry. Take that off, and then you can get these bolts right here. Yeah, I'm gonna take apart a couple other bolts. I was gonna say, for those of you who are maybe new at this or not really sure with what to do, the bolts that you take off, I tend to put back, like I took these bolts out from down, I don't know if you can see. I took these bolts off right here to take the plastic housing off, and any other bolts I've taken apart, I usually put the bolts back into where I took them out from, just so I don't lose them. Some people put them in buckets or containers so they don't lose them. This just works for me, so there's many ways you can put them on the ground somewhere where you know where they are. Just keep track of which bolts you've taken off, and for me the reason why I put them back in the holes is that I won't forget which bolts go with what. They're already there, so I don't know, it's just a little tip you guys can take into consideration. There's going to be four 14mm bolts, one here, the other one is right here, and there's going to be two complementary on that side. And you just pull them off, 14mm ratchet, just untwist it. I've already taken them off, but take them off requires a bit of effort to rip them off. So after that, your seat, you will be able to separate from the seat. So disconnect all these wires, and you're allowed to pull it out. And you gotta pull the wire from the other side, separate it, pull it out, and this whole top piece comes right off, and you can get a look inside. So okay, right at the front of the seat, this is where the gas pedal is. But if you look over here, my finger's tapping. There was this. It was on. You have to take a bolt off. And then down here, you have to take that bolt off to take this off. And then right here, the bottom of the seat, there's going to be connections. So take those off, and then you can pull the seat right off. And then there's another connection right there. There's a couple connections, so just take a look at it and remember which one goes where. Okay, this is the mess I've made. I've taken the seat off. That's the back piece of the seat. The seat's over there. You can see it right over there. Anyways, just put the switch back on. Just clipped everything back in right here. Just incoming for this thing to slide this way, and then one for the backrest. The other connections are for like heated seats and other connections for stuff. I'm not exactly sure, but it's all connections. Okay. Now slide back, slides a little bit, slide forwards a little bit. I think I've isolated the problem. I think I've labeled all my connections. Whatever was on there before I ripped the seat off, I connected the white here. I put a white piece of tape, sorry, and then a red piece of tape here, and that's how I marked them. But I don't know if you can see right in here. There's that grime and stuff right there. I believe that's like cotton or felt or something from the seat. I'm gonna rip that out, but I think what's happening is that it's getting caught in there, and it's stopping the motor from rotating because it's getting so tight it can't twist. So I'm gonna try to rip that out, and I'm just gonna rip it out and see if it makes a difference. I hope it does work. So and also this would be a good time to maybe clean out the seats that you wouldn't been able to do before, because it's pretty dirty. My car's pretty dirty. Yeah, so I'll do that, and I will get back to you guys. Just gonna give you an idea of what is stuck in here, but there's like a screw inside. This acts as like the bolt, and there's like a screw track all along here. And what that is, it's supposed to screw in and screw out so the seat can go forwards and go backwards. So what's happening now is that as I'm moving the seat forwards and back, this stuff gets caught in it, and it keeps winding up in it and gets so tight, and it moves down here, and it's getting so tight that it can't go anywhere. And I think it's hitting its full load current, and it can't go anywhere else after that. The motor can't do anything. It's over. It's got too much current, and it's stopping it from moving. So I'm just sticking my screwdriver in there and pulling this crap out. I think it's the underlay for the carpet. Sorry I keep talking, but rip some of the stuff out, and I move the seat forwards, back. Keeps chewing that stuff up. So I'm gonna rip some of this stuff out, get more of it out, and it gets stuck down here too. So just rip it out. I noticed there was stuff down here, like right here, when I was moving the seat back, and I was trying to readjust this floor mat. And I noticed this stuff, and I was wondering, where's it coming from? So I realized that's from this. I gotta somehow find a way to take this plate off and take it off completely, because this is gonna take me forever, and it could be down here for all I know. I don't know. It's probably not, but okay. So I will get back to you when I. So now I am gonna take the seat up and flip it upside down so I can maybe get the stuff in the bottom. I think the screws in the bottom, the track unit that slides the seat forwards and back, which is like a big bolt. So I'm going to I took these plastic pieces off, the plastic pieces down here where the bolts are, just to cover, and that plastic piece right there is supposed to cover right in that bolt right there, this little area right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you guys watch. Because sometimes I like watching how things are done. So again, it's a 14 millimeter bolt head. Yeah, 14. I don't know if you can see that, but it's 14. And then we're going to do this one right here. Get a wrench for this one. Grab a wrench for this one. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. It's when you're looking at it. So you turn left, which I'm doing right now. When you're looking directly down on it, it's left loosey. Turn it right for tighty. I know it's not really a pretty picture looking at my hand, but it's really the only angle I can get it in right now. So I got these bolts off, and now I'm going to do the fronts. I don't know if you can see in there. Yeah, there's this one, and then there's one right over here. So, okay, after the bolts are ripped off, this is the whole chair assembly, like the base that connects right to the ground. So now I have ripped apart this whole seat up, and if you slide the seat now, what happens is that right here, this track is the base, and the actual chair slides. So imagine this stationary. It actually moves the chair that way. Okay? So it's still jammed up because I gotta click it. But if you slide this down a little bit, both sides of the track slide, and you can see that right there. What's happening now is that if you can see that little screw, that screw is what slides the whole assembly down and up. And you can see that little gunk, see that like gunk? No, I mean that fur stuff. That is what's jamming the whole thing up. So what I would recommend to you guys is to do both sides. Check this side too. My left side seems to be okay, and if you look down there, there's a little bolt down there. I don't know if you can see it. Put my flashlight in there. There's a little bolt thing right down there, and that's what this slides on. It's got an eyelet in there that houses the whole, I guess, bolt you want to call this. I don't know. It's the track unit, but it's not jamming up here. It's just right there. So I'm just gonna take the screwdriver, if I can find it in this crap, and take it off. Take all that crap off. Sorry.